Hi, I'm Michael Kimmel. I'm the creator and writer of Turn of the Screw.
I am Drew Gasparini. I am the composer-lyricist of Turn of the Screw.
And this is Broadway's Andrew Kober.
Getting inside Fordham.
Jesus.
So, a while ago, someone gave me...
That was well done.
Someone gave me Benjamin Britten's opera of Turn of the Screw to listen to, and I listened to it, and then I went and read the novella, and I thought that there was a great musical in there. And I went to a friend of mine, his name is John Johnson, and he's very good at connecting people. And he
Broadway
said,
producer extraordinaire.
Broadway producer extraordinaire,
totally
John Johnson.
Extraordinaire, damn.
And he said the person you have to talk to is Drew Gasparini, and it was the only name he gave me. And I'd asked him for a couple, and I said, no, I've heard of him, please give me another name. And he
I'm
wouldn't...
familiar with his work.
Please
give me someone else.
There's gotta be someone else. And he said, no, Drew Gasparini. And we met, and I told
At the
him,
time, I was homeless and really needed this. So anyway, we did meet back in February. Yeah. To talk about Turn of the Screw. You came to me with a couple of ideas for musicals you wanted to write and you needed a composer for, and both ideas were so cool. So we started to write Turn of the Screw. He kept sending me pages, and I would periodically send songs back and forth, and that's how that started. We started to cast this thing. We kept on getting to this character, Quint, who is he's a ghouly person. He's a ghost.
he was also a bad person when he was alive.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
So
we couldn't think of anyone else. First name out of our mouths was...
Get me.
Alex Geminiani.
But he was not available.
So we called Kober's agents.
Well, first, I do have to say also, we did go to Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's true. He was busy.
But he said, who?
He said.
And
yes.
so then we...
Then Dennehy.
Dennehy was...
Patton Oswalt was not available at all.
Yes, it was unfortunate.
I think we even... The guy from the current Wendy's commercials, we definitely tried to nail him down.
So then after all that, there was me.
Tony and Olivier Award eligible. Andrew Kober.
Eligible.
And he's been rocking it ever since. Let me ask you, Andrew, what has your experience been like working with us fools? You and I have worked together
Many times.
Too
many.
A hateful amount of times, I would say.
I have to say, from an outside perspective, we all hate you working together, too.
Yeah, it's miserable for me.
No one seems to enjoy it.
Agreed. Drew, for months, had been going, oh, I'm writing this Turn of the Screw. I said, okay. And he said, oh, no, listen to this. And then he would find a keyboard and go, boom, boom. How creepy is that? Isn't that great? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's 2 notes. It's like, that's great, Drew. You know, listen to this chord. Isn't that amazing? Aren't I a genius? Yeah, sure, Drew.
Yeah.
And he said, you have to do this reading. We're going to do this reading. You have to do this reading.
That's how my
And
friends
I'd say, okay, just tell me when it is. He goes, oh, but listen to this chord. Shut up, Drew. You have to do this reading. So he basically forced me into this.
I did.
But I do have to say, in Drew's defense, Andrew came with a serious list of needs that had to be met for him to do
is very long.
this.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All the copies of Inside Fordham that I could ever need.
Autographed by the deans of Fordham University.
Past deans from years ago, too.
And he's Richard historian. And Richard Fordham, who apparently doesn't exist, but I just wrote his name.
So Drew said, will you be in this thing? And I said, yes. And this was before I knew anything about this thing. I showed up for rehearsal on day 1, and I said, now who do I play? And he said, oh, you're the creepy, potentially child-molesty ghost. And I said, of course I am.
Yes. Typecasting and method acting.
I really get into a character. A character named Miles. So it's been 2 weeks of, oh, isn't this song the greatest thing ever? Yeah, it's great, Drew. It's been 2 weeks of Drew congratulating himself on his fantastic music, and me doing my best to suffer through it.
Yes, that's what this experience has been.
For all of us, right?
Yeah. Mostly the 3 of us don't enjoy each other, and mostly it's been torturous. I really enjoy the work I've put into this, and dislike the work the other two gentlemen here at
It's funny. It's funny because I just think, from a writing perspective,
if that's what you want
I
to
mean
yourself. Yeah.
Enough.
No.
Michael Kimmel created a show called The Last Goodbye, which I had seen a couple of times. I saw it at some kind of weird space too far downtown for me.
Yes.
It's the Romeo and Juliet story told through Jeff Buckley music.
It's brilliant. And, well, in spite of you.
I
saw it at some like downtown space, which made me nervous because I don't like going downtown. And then I saw it at Joe's Pub, which I don't count as downtown. And I thought it was fantastic. And so Drew said, I'm writing the show, and I came, and I didn't know at that point that Michael was the Last Goodbye guy. But it was all he wanted to talk about on the first day of rehearsal, how successful his show was.
I wear a Jeff Buckley T-shirt all the time. Like,
so then I was like, well, maybe Drew's collaborating with like a real human being. Like
it's about time.
You found that out to be not true, though.
Quickly.
Yeah, like, that was a fluke, and I don't know that anything will ever...
We all talk about ourselves as if we're much more famous than any of us actually are.
I'm pretty famous.
Well, I'm Broadway spotted, so...
You're Broadway spotted?
That's me.
I didn't know you were going to do that here.
Right here.
So, Drew Gasparini is
Broadway spotted. This
the
is my
elusive...
This is my intern filming us right now.
The elusive...
And thank you. You're doing a great job.
The secretive...
Yes.
The person that everyone theorizes who is...
And it's going to break Ryan Scott Oliver's heart to know this, that I am Broadway spotted.